faces. Tonight for our speaker, we have Donna Seebo. Does anybody here not know Donna Seebo? Well, let me tell you about Donna Seebo. Not only is she a good friend, a mother, a reverend, a wife, an all-around good person, she's also a mental practitioner and psychic, award-winning author, counselor, teacher, minister, speaker, radio and television personality. I mean, is that enough? When does a woman sleep? You know? So on that note, I'm going to say Donna Seebo, and then you can all give her a big round of applause.
Oh my goodness, it's wonderful to be here this evening. It's the holiday season. The room is festive and most of you have a smile on your face, and I hope that you are getting prepared for an absolutely wonderful holiday. This evening I wanted to do as a demonstration the blindfold, because this is something that I didn't even know I could do until there was an experience when I was living in North Hollywood. And I had some individuals that wanted to meet with me, and I was sort of tired. And I thought, okay, what can I do that I've never done before? And I came up with a concept of an experiment. I said I'd like to be able to do some readings with a blindfold on. I don't want to know anything about who is going to be sitting with me. I will need someone who is a monitor. So there were about 20 people. And I said I will need someone that will do the monitoring. And in that particular experience, I didn't want to stand, but I sat in a chair. And I had people come up one at a time, and I said, all I want you to do is to touch the middle of my palm with your fingertip. That's all I want you to do. Don't push, don't do anything, just touch my palm, and then let me tell you what I see. Now this was an experiment. It was amazing. It amazed me because it allowed me to see that you can demonstrate psychic ability without seeing someone. When I started in the work so many years ago, I had been told by people, number one, I couldn't do readings for people that were thousands of miles away. I learned that that was not true. I was able to do readings for people that were thousands of miles away without any effort whatsoever. I also was told that I couldn't do this, and I couldn't do that, and I couldn't do the other. And it was fascinating to me to find out that psychic ability, number one, is normal and natural, which all of you should be very comfortable with. And number two, that we all have a unique way of demonstrating the skills. And that is the challenge, learning the language of the mind. Now what I'm going to be doing this evening, I'm going to put on a blindfold, and I'm going to stand in front of the table here. Now you were given 2 tickets. Each of the tickets I want you to look at, and I want you to pay attention to the number, because Sharon, or someone that she's going to ask, will draw 4 tickets. Now, I will not ask her to announce the numbers until after I've got the blindfold on. I don't want you to go, oh, goody, goody. I don't want to hear anything like that. I want you to stay quiet. When I'm standing in front of the podium with my back to you and the blindfold on, all I want you to do is to come up and touch me in the middle of the back with your finger. You don't push. You don't use all fingers, just use one finger. Just touch. That's all you need to do. And then back away. Don't leave it there. Just lightly touch it and go back. Now what's going on when I'm doing this? It's a matter of focus, and it's a matter of mind discipline. There is like a download of information that I will get, and I will relay that to you. It is going to be up to you, whoever, we're going to have 4 tickets that we're going to draw. Whoever the ticket is drawn for, you must remember what I say, because I won't. Afterwards, then what I'm going to do is ask who the first person was, the second person, the third person, and the fourth person, and get feedback from you. And this is important because it gives me a validation in a sense. But more than that, it allows you to see that you have a capacity, and this could be done by anyone, by the way. You could do it for yourself if you wanted to. This shows you that your sensory system, which is literally your entire body, is what is operating 24/7. So it's a lot of fun, and I thought it'd be a wonderful way to close out the year 2017 for this Wednesday evening. You know, one of the things that I have found in this work is that the ways of demonstrating psychic ability are as unique and individual, and there's so many different ways with so many different people. And too often, when we see someone doing a demonstration of a particular skill, and maybe we try to do it, maybe we try to work with a pendulum and it doesn't work, we go, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You merely have to find that works for you with your physiological, mental, emotional, and spiritual self. Because you're a total package. You're not just any one thing. And I'll tell you something that's going to be really surprising. When you start to explore your own talents, you'll find that they demonstrate themselves in different ways, in many different ways. And the wonderful gift of intuition flows with you. I have to tell you, this past week on my radio show, which for those of you who do not know me here, I do 6 shows a week. I interview people from all over the world. You can go into my website, delphiinternational.com, because the programming is done via the internet. We have listeners all over the world. We even had a listener from the Ivory Coast of Africa, which was fascinating to me. So it's amazing what our technology enables us to communicate. This week, I had a scientist, a woman scientist from NASA. She was a guest on my show. She has suffered brain trauma. 2 other members of her family, different circumstances, different times, they suffered brain trauma. She has learned and speaks to the issue of intuition, and you're welcome to go in. And her name is Olympia Lapointe. She was this past week. You'll find her listed in the archives. But it was wonderful, because here is a scientist that says science now accepts and can prove that psychic ability is mathematically logical. Now, when would you ever have expected to hear that? From a NASA scientist? And she encourages the development of it. Do you realize how fortunate you are to be in this time frame? Think about past history. I probably would have been burned at the stake and tossed out in the ocean. The ashes, forget it. They would have, done something with it. That's what would have happened, because people that had experiences. I was in a facility for senior citizens just this past week, talking with someone who's seeing things. And you know what this patient said to me? She said, Donna, I can't tell anybody about this. I said, but you can tell me. I've known her for years. She's had these visions that come to her. She sees people on the other side. And she can talk to me because she feels safe. Nobody's going to think she's nuts. Not in our household, anyway. It's one of those things that when we can understand that there are levels of communication, literally multidimensional levels of communication that are occurring at all times, that occurs in dream states. It's wonderful. It's exciting. So I invite you, if you'd like to listen to the shows, I know so many of you are working. I'm on the air from 9 to 10 in the morning, and then on Wednesdays, like today, I had a double header. And I have some very, very special people on my Warriors for Peace show. So if you can, come in and listen. Try to remember Olympia's name. Just remember our capital, Olympia Lapointe. This week, she was my guest. I think you'll find the interview a fascinating one. All right, so let's get busy here. I am going to put the blindfold on. Someone will draw 4 tickets. The number will be called. Do not make any noise. I don't want to really be aware of you in any way other than when you come up and to my back, you just lightly put your finger on my back. I will give you information. You'll know when I'm finished. Step away, and then the second person can come. Okay? We got it?
When they touch you, do they step away and go sit down, or just step away?
Just step away and let me finish speaking.
Okay, so stay.
Then go sit down.
We'll put a chair, we'll just turn that chair around and sit there. Okay.
They don't even need to sit. I'm not going to be talking for an hour and a half. They're just going to be a few minutes. You just need to stand quietly. That's all they need to
Do you
do.
want me to draw all 4 numbers at once?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay,
Okay? I don't care.
okay.
Now, you're gonna go out in front of the podium?
I'm going to be right here.
Okay. Do you want a microphone?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna turn that on so it doesn't squeal. Yeah, you're gonna have to go on that side.
What's up? Okay.
No squeal. No squeal.
I don't know.
Talking this, I'll pick her up.
It's better blindfold on one and pick her up.
Oh, please don't do that. It's not a good idea.
There, now, just like that.
All right, can you hear me now? All right, so,
Okay, so here comes the first ticket number. Remember, don't say anything, just get up quietly, come and touch her lightly on the back, and then step up.
remove the hand, touch me lightly, that's all.
The head. Okay, first ticket is, as soon as Skip quits playing with the microphone, I'll let you know when he's ready.
Thank you.
You look cute, Steph.
Tell you this, so-
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
You done now? No? No.
There. Okay, as long as you stay there, you're good.
All right, I'm not going to move.
You have a-
No, that's fine. It's okay.
All right, here comes the first number. And it is, the last 3 digits are 629. Whoever you are, get quietly up. And touch lightly on the back.
There is opposition that is in your space right now. You're having a difficulty in making certain decisions. I feel as if I have 1, 2, 3 boulders in front of me. They're very close together, and then they start to separate. This is symbology. I feel like you have a bit of confusion because you're wanting to get around the boulders, and you have to, they're representing, they're coming together and separating. Coming together and separating. And every time you try to make a move, the boulders get in the way. They're blocking you, and you're intimidated by them. Now, they're not large, so whatever you are perceiving as an obstacle really is quite small. It is quite small. Now, the microphone just went dead.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so the boulders are not that big. They come up just about a little bit below your knee in what I'm seeing. So what this is telling me is your timing is off because there is a rhythm to these obstacles. And what you need to do is that you need to be able to time your actions and your plans for the actions that need to be eliminated, need to be demonstrated to get past the obstacles. You need to pay attention to what's going on. So attention to detail is extremely important for you. And this is on all levels, whether it's written detail, whether it is detail for any kind of project that you've got. Timing is everything. So you need to pay attention to what's going on around you. If the symptoms are you do not do something at a certain time, don't do it. Go with the flow. That's a common term that's used, and that's what you need to pay attention to because I'm seeing you getting around one boulder, and then that boulder disappears, and I'm seeing 2 more, and they're in front of you. Now, the 2 boulders are not as big a combination of obstacles, but you need to, again, wait for the right timing because they seem to be in your way. The timing makes the difference, and you'll be able then to eliminate the second boulder and then the third boulder. Now, these 3 components, whatever they are representing, will be totally out of the way by March of 2018 if you're willing to pay attention to the details and the timing of things. Also, what I was looking at is a sense of grief. And I do not know who it is that you really, really are missing. There is someone you have a great deal of care about, caring feelings. I honestly cannot tell you if they're on this side or if they are on the other side. All I know is you need to stop the grieving, because though you miss them, you're still going to carry forward a lot of what they have brought into your life. There's something very positive about this individual that you're missing. But 2018 is going to be a very demanding year for you. You need to pay attention to detail. Next person, please.
The next number is 633. 633. Okay, we're on our way up.
I want you to realize that you are really making a big breakthrough. There is a tremendous shift for you, and it is happening because you have worked very, very hard and very, very diligently to be sure that you move forward towards the goal, the objective. Actually, I want to use the plural, the goals. You are got a lot on your plate right now, and when I'm watching you, I feel a sense of empathy because I really want you to know, number one, you're not alone. Number two, do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for that which you need. And if you find an individual that you're asking for help from and they're not able to respond to you, don't worry about that. Keep asking until you find that individual along with other people that are going to support you in your reaching your objectives. I'm really concerned about money with you. For some reason, I feel as if I've got to plan with money better. I have to work with money in an entirely different way than I have in the past. There's a bit of apprehension here, but I want you to know good common sense will go a long way. And also, I am picking something up in the midsection of the body. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, and I'm coming into my back. First I was feeling in the front section, then I'm feeling something with the kidneys. And I want to say, you need to pay attention to your dietary patternings, because those patternings are going to have an effect on you over the number of years. You must really pay attention to what works best for your body. You've sort of got an idea, but you've not really given attention to the facts that you need to pay attention to. You don't need to be extreme in anything, but listen to what your body's trying to tell you. Do research on your own, and it will be the wisest thing for you to do. Also, you need an eye exam. I don't know what's going on here, but there's something with the vision that is bothering me, and I'm feeling it more in my right eye than in my left. I have an awareness it has something to do with the way that light is feeding into the eye. So I don't know if this has something to do with a cataract, glaucoma, or some other issue, but I want you to pay attention to it. Next person, please.
Okay, next to... 624.
I am looking at the fact that you need to stop running away from something. It's very interesting to me what I've got in mind. It's as if I'm seeing you shape-shifting into an animal, and it's the coyote. And as I'm looking at you, you are running, and then there's a shape shifting into the coyote, and then it's as if you stop. There is something in the past that causes you anxiousness. It's on a subconscious level. The coyote, to me, is an extraordinarily intelligent animal. It is an animal that observes. It is an animal that knows how to survive regardless of circumstances. You are a survivor, but you are also highly intuitive. And what I am watching here, it's as if the coyote is turning around and looking me in the face and saying, you do not trust yourself enough to move towards the development of your own skills, but also to recognize that it's never too late to step into your own power as an individual. There is something here that goes way, way, way back. I honestly don't know if it's a past life experience that you've carried forward, multiple experiences of some kind, maybe when you're younger. You were younger, I don't know. All I know is that I am perceiving the shape-shifting. And there is something about the Native American culture that you need to become more knowledgeable about, because it is going to have an impact in the way that you are going to develop your own skills. This is extraordinarily important. Also, too, I am seeing an elder. As I'm watching the elder in my mind, I'm getting two faces. I see a woman's face first, and then I see a man's face superimposing. They seem to be sharing a space. They are there with you, and they know that you are ready to make a breakthrough in your life so that you are going to be able to move forward and loosen and permanently disengage from the shackles that you feel are keeping you down right now. Those shackles were actually designed by you because you are a survivor. So whatever has gone on in the past, it is time to release it, and it's time for you to stand in your own individuality, in your own zone, and be willing to open yourself up to new learning so that you can move forward in a level of security and I'll call it self-improvement, but I also want to add self-awareness, and it's going to be very liberating for you. You have a four-year journey. You are 6 months into the 4-year journey of becoming totally in sync with yourself. This is going to be so liberating for you as an individual. It's long overdue, but it's time, and you need to know that you have the support of those on the other side that want to see you do this. And again, I'll say it's two elders. They are not in physical form, they are in spirit form, but they're with you. And it is associated very strongly with a Native American culture. Which tribe, I do not know. Next.
Last ticket. 627. 627.
All right. 1, you're stubborn. 2, you're determined. 3, you have some big goals that you want to achieve. 4, you've got to get to work. You cannot wait for things to come to you. You must take the action necessary to do what it is that you want to do. Procrastination has been a companion with you for far too long. You need to brush off the companionship of procrastination, and you need to move forward into that level of accomplishment that is yours to be recognized for. I'm intrigued with your love of travel, and I feel as if that the finances are in such a situation that you are giving other things priority. Set aside an envelope, put in whatever extra money you want, set a goal of $500, $1,000, $5,000, whatever it is that you would like to spend for your traveling experiences, and you are going to enjoy them tremendously. You need to set the money aside, though, so that you can do what you want to do. You love people, you love integrating with people, you enjoy having the opportunity to learn from others, and it's time for you to recognize you can enjoy this, and your financial position is going to be even stronger in the next 2 to 6 years. But again, there is a need to focus, there is a need to pay attention to some basics, and also what I want to tell you is that you are going to have some dental work done. There is something affecting your sinuses periodically. You need to pay attention to whatever those elements are. It could be a fragrance, it could be something you eat that affects your sinuses. Whatever it is, you need to pay attention, because for some reason, your sinuses are a barometer for your physical environment, for a healthy environment or an unhealthy environment. So learn to pay attention to that nose sensory capacity. Also, 3 people are going to be passing that you know of in this year of 2018. None of them will cause deep grief in their passing. One of those 3 individuals that passes will come and visit you shortly after they pass over, and it will be a very deeply moving experience for you. And there's something here, again, I'm picking up something with the teeth, and you're going to need to take care of it. If you don't, you're going to have some problems that could affect your inner ear. And that's the 4. Oh, right. There we go. Okay, who was the first one and what did I tell you? Okay, is 627 the first one?
Yeah,
That's the last one. You didn't put them in order.
put them in reverse order.
I'm left-handed.
I forgot. Okay. 629.
That was me.
That
I'm
was-
sorry I didn't give her the ticket.
Oh, you didn't? No, that's okay. You didn't. That's okay. Okay, so you were 629. What did I tell you?
You said that I had boulders in my past.
Ah, yes. I saw the 3 boulders, and they were like dancing, and you were trying to move past them. And so what I'm recalling now is that in telling you that, you had to, when the obstacles are in front of you, you need to look at them, recognize them, don't run away from them, recognize them, and then wait for the timing so you can get past them. You're not going to be able to take care of all 3 of the obstacles all at once. It's not going to happen. You have to go through one at a time. And then there was the second one, and it was just 2 in front of you. And what's fascinating to me is that you would not go around. You were standing right with the obstacles there. So when you get rid of the first obstacle, then the second obstacle, whatever it is, and it's not overwhelming, it's not this great big boulder that's over your head. It's, just like up to your knee. That's it. But they move. They're moving. So the obstacle is doing a dance with you. And you just have to see the rhythm and know when to make your move, and then it just evaporates. It goes away. What else did I tell you?
Things would change my march. Oh, I did pass the obstacles by march.
Yes. Okay, and was that all I said? I don't remember.
No, you mentioned something about breathing.
Okay, I'm not recalling that. Do you remember what I said exactly?